in my website here, and that's my name, you have the whole story from 1981 up to date. And he was my colleague and co-founder of the video all these years here. Beating, arrested, regulations, we're facing, plus the weather, the elements, snow. That's what you see here, the videos, Fahrenheit, 911, Michael Moore, I am in it, and you find all underneath the ground here with the snow over me, buried, completely buried, couldn't get out, and no breeze. So it's a long time, it's a lot of information that you cannot get here in just a couple of minutes. Okay. But if you go to my website and go to Facebook, you have all the videos there, professional videos.
Okay. I just have like 2 or 3 questions because I did went to your website and I
did. Oh, you went to all the
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I went to that website and it was really good information. Too? Yes. And I listened to all the videos that you had and all the articles that you've been to, and I already read the El País one. It was amazing. So my question was, why did you choose this life of protester?
I didn't choose. Things happen. And I'm going to give you a little booklet that I wrote with the whole story. And that's what motivated me to be here. And what maintained me here all these years, fighting and suffering and cruelty, because it's cruelty what they do to us, to my colleague too. He's a martyr in here. My principles and morals is what keeps me here. And people today don't understand that. People that have no more morals, no more respect for humanity. It's no even respecting here. Look at to the president, no one respecting him either. Huh? Even the foreign countries, like countries. Israel is not a country. Israel is an occupied territory and had the nerve and the audacy to come in last week to Washington from an occupied territory to the Congress of the United States to dictate the President of the United States not to deal with Iran. Who is this guy who has with nobody to come into believing the United States President? Netanyahu. That's the guy who controls things. That's why they control banks, corporations, businesses, and the people have to wake up and mobilize and overthrow them. The United States is in very terrible shape. Obama tried to do the best he can with all the evil that he has surrounded, because he uses diplomacy, he uses democracy, but they don't like that dictating war. See, Netanyahu, no. And he said he will not give any land to the Palestinians. The Palestinians is their land, and they have the right to go back to their homes. But the communities here, in all these, they send the money to Israel, and they're building an evil empire. So that's what keeps me here, injustice.
Do you ever think you will go back to Spain, or you want to be here for
Only God knows that. It's hard to say. It's no place in the world that you can go today. I used to, in the beginning, when I started back and forth, before I started here, I came into Washington, went back, because I had been poisoned too by these people. I went to Spain to get help from the American Embassy, from the American Consulate, from the Interpol, I was in Madrid, and I was to the UNESCO, which is the United Nations, giving me letters, I don't know if you read them, of the UNESCO for human rights, but nothing because it's them. My situation is very critical. I'm a witness, like a WikiLeaks, like you know them. I came in here before them, and with the whistleblower was me. I didn't know that was going to cause all this problem. I thought it was the right thing to do it, to tell, but the more higher in government, in agencies, more persecution, because I didn't know. I was telling them what they're doing. Now I know better.
So do you feel like you are persecuted in here, like, do you have people that came and tried to get rid of you?
Of course, of course. Beating, arrest, even the police too, and the Marines too, beating us at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. My colleague Thomas, yes, with punches in the mouth and knock the signs on the ground. Marines, it's in my website.
Yes. I did that. How did you?
And I just wrote a little book because Thomas wanted to write the whole story, but he had a domestic problems and problems with the police, so he got sick and he died if we couldn't do it. But I said, well, I'm going to keep your desire, and I cannot go detail by detail because it's very long time. I put the most concentrated on the video and the book and the police and all the things because he was doing all the court cases, telling the government about the Constitution, violating our rights. So I wrote the book too, and that's why but he is a martyr. He has been through a lot in here and giving his life for this.
Who helps you live in here? Like, do you live here?
Well, this is not living. That's why people come in. And I hated that word because this is not life. How can you live in here? This is not life. I have been here, no moving at all, until now, about 18 months, that I have this help because I couldn't have no volunteers. It's complicated with the Occupy movement. They rob me, they mistreat me, they using the video, fundraising for money. You have no idea. All these people who claim helping me, no, helping them.
Yeah.
They destroy the signs because they instead stay here overnight. They left the signs alone and police took them. Oh, terrible, terrible. So what I'm saying is that nobody volunteered. And now, since I had 18 months ago an accident, I used to ride my bicycle to printing and everything and come back quickly. A taxi in the front of, right on K Street, a taxi knocked me out of the bicycle and broke my collarbone. I was sleeping here until that time, all night, sleeping. They don't let you sleep, sitting in a chair. You cannot lay down. So then the occupiers start to come in from Wall Street, and in the beginning were nice, but then they left and they remained. They were squatters. They are not committed, and that's how they're destroying everything. So finally, what is his name? Filippo, who was at the house with the occupiers, he said, because we cannot have chairs. The police took my chair, and nobody will stay here. This is not a chair. So Filippo says, well, I have a chair. And since then is when Filippo volunteered to stay here because of the chair. If Filippo didn't have the chair, he wouldn't be here. He can stay standing. Nobody. So they took my chair in front of the Filippo too, and somebody bring me a little thing in the plastic bag, which is a chair, portable. And that's how I can say, because I had to be sitting in craters too. And Thomas too, all these years, fighting in courts. So it's very difficult. That's what I'm saying. It's too much detail. But about the beginning, I give you another little booklet. about the occupiers. This is how I got into the Occupy movement. That's my colleague Thomas. And that is the house. He built it up from scratch. So the whole thing is here. And this is the occupiers.
No, go back that way. We only came over here so we could see the vigil.
In hours. I don't know why. He was very healthy. But anyway, all the information about the occupiers are here. They break into my apartment downstairs. The Thomas built it up. And they're collecting money. See, that was where in the basement. I had it. But anyway, you have this about the occupiers. This is how I started my video here. Yeah. And that's how I make Thomas. Starting here. See, Thomas and I, we have this sign over there. We used to be there. Although they put it on the internet. No plastic. It's no, all the time. Never plastic. We never have plastic in there because we are not allowed to. So sitting on a chair and all the snow over me all night. And that's the whole.
So if you have a advice to give to us as the young generation, what we need to do to...
Right now the young generation has to scramble quickly, go online and supporting their future by protecting the planet. They have to speak here.
Thank you.
You have to speak to start to think to the reality, not believe in Santa Claus, because the global warming is here and it's their future. And the ocean is eating the earth. So they have to mobilize on internet, not on television, and demanding that taking actions to protect these emissions through into the air. These corporations are making money and they don't care for the children's future. They don't care. It's the corporations. It's big. And another thing, to stop Israel occupation and the threat of the nuclear, elimination of the nuclear weapons. Because besides the global warming, if there is a war, Israel, Iran doesn't have a bomb. But if Israel insisted, because if they are terrorist state, if when they control Arab oil, and it will be the end. It will enter Russia, China, and no one is going to survive.
I would like to thank you so much for doing
Yes,
this.
you have, truth is my words.
Yes.
And that's why, persecuting me by telling the truth.
I want everybody to know your story, and I will do my best to make the best story ever. And when I'm done with it, I will come back and show it to you.
Yes.
And you will let me know.
And I wanted the people to be safe in the world, entire world, for everybody, because this is sick to destroy this beautiful planet. And they wasted so much money searching in the space for a planet with water, and we destroy here, polluting our waters, polluting everything. It's sick. It is sick. And people don't realize that. They brainwash on the television, see? And that's terrible. Meanwhile, they're making money. It's big corporation. It's corporated.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Can I